morning to all our fans and friends. This is Michael Virardi, welcoming you to our 63rd episode here at Ask Virardi. And for this particular episode, we have one question and one question only, coming from my personal friend and loyal fan, Stathis, who happens to be an insurance consultant, and he's asking the following. Dear Michael, can you please tell me how I can gain my customers' loyalty? Well, Stathis, first and foremost, congratulations for asking such a targeted question that will not only benefit yourself, but will also benefit your customers. Secondly, just to let you know that whilst I was doing my homework to reply to this question, I noted down 11 things or 11 steps that one should take in order to gain their customers' loyalty. For the sake of this particular episode, I will be mentioning the 4 most important steps. But if you or any of our other fans and friends would like to receive those 11 steps in writing, please send me an email at the email address you now see below me, and I will revert back to you within the next 5 or 6 hours from the moment I receive your email. So step number 1 in gaining your customers' loyalty is to have the right employees on board. And when I say having the right employees on board, I mean that no man or woman is an island. And whilst you won't be present status, someone has to represent you, your products, or your services. That someone has to be an employee who buys into your company's culture or who buys into your philosophy. Because if he or she does, then they will be much more enthusiastic and passionate to serve or more excited to talk about your product, your service, or your philosophy to your customers or your prospects. One tip that you should always remember is that these employees need to be properly trained and they need to be given the tools to be able to represent you in such a way that they will gain also your customers' loyalty. Which leads me to point number 2, which is to get personal. And very recently I was interviewing one of my friends, close friends and mentors, Thalis Panagidis, who sells swimwear and athletic gear online. And when I asked him about my upcoming book, which is titled Trust is a New Currency, I asked, what is trust? He said, trust is tone. 99%, he told me, of my customers I've never met in person because all my transactions take place online. So trust is tone. The way that I personalize my emails, the way that I use their names, the way that I remember certain dates they tell me or certain data in order to be able to refer to them, the way that all my offers seem to be tailor-made instead of being taken out of the shelf makes it very personal, and it helps me create an emotional bond with my customer. So Thalis's advice is very solid. Get personal with your customers if you want to gain not only their business, but most importantly, their loyalty. Which leads me to step number 3, which is to be an expert. And I remember the advice my brother gave me many, many years ago when I started working for our family business, Virardi, when he said to me that, Michael, get to know your products and services very well, because that will give you freedom of mind to concentrate on the customer and on his body language rather than on your brochures and on your leaflets. Being an expert not only gives you freedom of mind, but it gives you an added advantage over your competition. You seem to be much more comfortable. You seem to be a trusted advisor and a consultant rather than a hungry salesman. And think about it. If you are out to buy a TV set and you visit 2 different companies, Company A addresses all your concerns and questions, and Company B finds it difficult to answer a mere question. From whom will you buy? Most probably Company A, because it has addressed not only all your questions, but also all your concerns. So at the end of the day, if we would like to attract and retain customers, we should become reputable as a trusted expert in our field. Which leads me to point number 4, which is to be reliable. Be known as the most reliable professional in your field. And when I say reliable, I mean if you promise to revert back with an offer or to send a product to the customer within 24 hours, make sure that that product or that promise or that offer is delivered within 24 hours or less. Under promise and over deliver is the motto of the professional who not only wants to increase its sales, but who wants to increase his or her customers' loyalty. So let me recap the 4 points. First and foremost, have the right employees on board. Secondly, get personal with your customers. Thirdly, get to be known as the expert in your field. And last but not least, be reliable. So in closing, my dear friends, I would like to refer to the words that I've seen on a wall in Seville 2 years ago, which read the following: always choose loyalty over royalty. Your word is your bond. And I would add to it, your word is also your brand. Thank you very much.